thinking he's going to come in and put, but
that's who Mitchell's in for.
That's what I figured. So I don't know.
Well, I don't know why Schlupp was on. Maybe Schlupp played left mid. I know Schlupp plays everywhere. Like he's like Roy Hodgson's utility man. Yeah. So, but if you have a defender that is a center back on a lower league team other than Sheffield, I would say drop them and pick up Mitchell. And then again, Mings and Konsa, you can pick them up, but they're not going to produce.
They're not going to score regularly.
Yeah, it was lucky that Mings assisted Konsa, basically. And they're going to get scored on, so not worth it. And then Ceballos.
I think I'm going to pick him up this week because I need to find somebody to get rid of Jota. So I was looking at Pereira. Pereira and Ceballos were my two midfield pickups.
Do you think Arteta's about to use him a lot more often?
I mean, Ceballos isn't going to come off the pitch.
Okay.
He's our new
C8?
Huh?
C8? Playing 8? Okay.
Yeah. Well, so I mean, I don't know if he's going to score a lot, but he'll play every week.
I picked him up. I picked him up when he first got signed to Arsenal last year, and he did well the first 3 weeks, and then nothing, and then he did well again, and then nothing. He's like an up and down, well as in like it's not that he played bad on the field, but he doesn't produce for fantasy.
Yeah.
So it's like with Ceballos, it's like a 50-50. So he'd be a good pickup, but he'd be like a player that you put one on your bench, and if he does well, then great. Hopefully one of your other starters didn't play, and then he gets in. And if he doesn't play well, then okay, whatever. He's still on the bench.
Now, is he the type of player to he sets people up to set people up? Like he's the pass before the assist?
Yeah, he's the assist to the assist.
Okay.
And he doesn't score. He hasn't scored for Arsenal this season or at all.
Yeah,
maybe in a cup. He hasn't in the Prem.
He got the winning goal against Sheffield in the FA Cup.
Okay, there we go. He hasn't in the Prem. There we go.
Yeah.
He has 0 Prem goals. So
okay.
In Nketiah,
he plays so little though.
The thing about Lacazette, I had him last year. He did nothing for me, and then all of a sudden this year he gets 2 goals in 2 games.
2 games, man. 37, 36.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a ways to go.
With Nketiah, you can pick him up. He'll play sometimes, but
what about when Martinelli returns though?
Martinelli is a winger though.
Yeah. Is he?
Yeah.
Him and Saka will be
fighting for a spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although Eddie could be in on that too, because I'm sure Martinelli could play striker as well,
but he won't.
He's not. I think he's out for a while too. I think he did something to his ACL, right?
Yeah, he's out for a while. He's out till November, December is what I said.
Yeah. So Nketiah would be a good pickup, but you'd leave him on your bench and.
That's if you're desperate for a striker.
That's in
my opinion. This Connolly dude actually. I mean, he's
Brighton.
He's getting minutes. He's playing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he played 45 the first game, but
I had him last year.
He played 90 minutes of.
I had him last year for a little bit, and then he did shit, and then I dropped him, and then you picked him up, and then he started doing well again. I was like,
he only got me 3 goals, and then he and Graham Potter left me dry. Graham didn't really play him, and then
it's because Mopai was injured, and then when Mopai came back,
Connolly carried for it. Yeah.
But if Connolly and Mopai play together, they actually link up really well. Like when they beat Arsenal last year after Mopai and Leno, that clash happened.
Yeah.
Then I think Mopai, did he score the winning goal or did he assist? I know he scored, and then I think he assisted Connolly for the winning goal at the end of it. So when they play together, they play really well. But yeah, Graham Potter, I don't think he's played them together this season so far. I didn't get to watch Brighton this past weekend.
I'm not sure if he came on for Malpay or not.
Yeah,
I know he subbed in and got a goal.
If you have Mopai, Malpay, however you say his name, or Conley, I think you're fine. Definitely, you start Mopai if you have him, and then you put Conley as 1 or 2 on your bench.
Yeah.
Who's I've been eyeing Caballero, the Fulham midfielder, who's a winger, but I don't think he's playing very well.
They've also got a lot of wingers, so I don't know.
Yeah. He's 180 minutes in 2 games.
What is that? So does Harrison. He's got 180 also, and so does Costa.
Yeah. I mean, maybe Fulham will do it where they just play the same 11 every week with Scott Parker, because I'm fairly Fairly certain he did that.
Okay.
I don't know who you were talking
I was
about.
also on the Leeds, yeah.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
getting them mixed up.
You're good. No, I do too all the time. They have like the same colors ways on their jerseys, anyways.
It'd be a good if you pick him up. That'd be cool. But I'd put him like third sub. I wouldn't be counting on him. Like obviously he's gonna get minutes, and he might. If you're desperate for at 2 points in a week, if you played 180, then pick him up. But I would make him a priority. Like Schlupp, I'm not sure if he's. Let me see if he's a defender or a.
He's a mid.
That Schlupp is someone I'd pick up. He's not. He plays wing back sometimes, so that kind of sucks. But at least you don't lose tons of points if Palace gets scored on, because since he's mid.
Yeah.
But also, like this past week he got an assist to Townsend, so he's like
That's the same thing with Fabinho though. I mean, he's listed as a midfielder, but he's playing center back. That's like probably the last thing that you want.
Yeah, yeah. I agree. Because then if they do get a clean sheet, they don't get the defending.
You don't get the 4.
Yeah, I think you get 1 as a midfielder.
Yeah. Not in a position where they're going to be scoring.
Yeah.
Or assisting, especially if you're playing center back.
I think if you're picking between Schlupp and Fabinho, though, you pick up Schlupp.
Oh, for sure.
That question. Yeah. Then the next player, number 10, I think, who on our waiver is Holding, and if Arsenal keep playing that 5-man back. That's you put him in, but the thing is, if they have Gabriel and
David
Luiz, and then and Holding, but what happened to that Salabia guy? Is he not?
Saliba, he's too young. I think he'll get minutes.
But Holding starts.
I don't know, man. We might just run a 4-back though, just with the 2 Brazilians, Gabriel and David Luiz.
Then you have Bellerin on the right and
Tierney on the left. I mean, they won't get up as far as they do.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's changed it multiple times, so you don't know what really to expect. So at this point, I'm saying Gabriel looks like he's starting.
Yeah,
Gabriel is definitely starting.
So like I say, Gabriel's a lock, but David Luiz are Holding. You don't really know who's going to be playing between them two.
Who drops in the midfield for y'all? Shaka.
For who?
For y'all, is it Shaka or Torreira?
Yeah, Xhaka. Torreira doesn't play.
Okay.
Torreira does not play anymore, which is kind of upsetting, but I get it. But Xhaka's our CDM essentially, and then Ceballos, and then not Ozil. Not Ozil.
What was it? Oh yeah. So if Arsenal are playing that 5-man back, then you pick up Holding. If they're playing the 4-man back, then you should probably drop him. But he'd be worth picking up and putting as your third sub, because at least then you have him if you need him, and if Arsenal are playing a top 6 team, they're playing that 5-man back.
I'd pick up Dallas though.
I saw that.
I'd pick up Dallas before I pick up
the Leeds.
The left back for Dallas for Leeds. I mean, because like y'all were saying, they're going to be put in positions where they're going to be putting assists.
I think the thing about it is
4 goals scored against them.
Ayling is the more attacking fullback in that team than Dallas is. Dallas still gets forward, but he's like basically when Leeds have the ball, from what I've seen, is Ayling goes up and they kind of shift to like a 3-back where the one center back shifts over, and then Dallas kind of sits back in like they're like a 3. So I mean, he does get forward, but if it's between Dallas and Ayling, then you pick Ayling up.
Yeah. Well, he's at Hung's team, I believe. Ayling is.
Or
he was.
Yeah. And then Neto from Wolves.
He's back.
What is he? He's a
mid.
Should be a mid, yeah. The impotence.
Yeah, he's a midfielder. If you need a midfielder, Neto's like, I have got fucking Sigurdsson and Lallana, and if Bale wasn't coming in, I'd be going for Neto, because at least I know Neto's going to be playing and could produce. Whereas with Sigurdsson, he's gonna always come off the bench now, and then Lallana, I don't trust him.
He's been playing, but I don't know what he'll do.
Well, he got injured the first game, and then the second game, Lallana that is, and then the second game I think he only came in for a couple minutes. So
you think Ivanovic is going to touch the field?
Branislav Ivanovic?
Yeah,
he'll be their starting center back.
He's one of the only ones with Prem experience.
Yeah, for West Brom, that's what I would say. He'd be their starting center back, but I would not pick him up.
He's
Yeah, I'd stay away from West Brom.
The back line on West Brom is something you don't want to be around.
I'd stay away from everyone at West Brom, except for maybe that Pereira guy.
Yeah, and then I'd give him time just to kind of like vet him a minute, because anybody can have a good game, but it's him doing it week in, week out against Premier League level teams.
And then there's Webster and White, who I'm not too sure about.
Webster was... I'm not sure who Webster is. I know he's on Brighton, so he's a part of that defense with Ben White. But I know Ben White was on that Leeds team last year, and he's one of the main reasons they got promoted. And so Brighton brought White in. I don't know if he was on loan or not, but they brought him in from Leeds and then shipped out Duffy over to the Scottish League. It was like, White, you're starting now. And he's looked decent the first 2 games. I think he had the assist to the assist that Lamptey had.
Gotcha.
It was a really nice through ball from like halfway, so he wouldn't be a bad pick.
But I wouldn't start him because Brighton are definitely going to get scored on.
They look decent against Newcastle.
If you pick up White or Dunk for Brighton, you leave him on your bench against anyone who'd be in the top 10, but everyone else, I think you could start him.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
And then there's McNeil and Shelby, who it's like a 50-50 every week. They can produce or they might not produce.
They're too defensive to, in my opinion, pick up as a midi.
Who, Shelby?
Shelby.
Yeah. McNeil.
What does he mean? He's a wide.
He's the most prolific at a Burnley team that has a bunch of old players. So if you're going to get any kind of he'll probably get a lot of assists. He's a left-footed left midfielder, so he's going to be whipping it in all the time. And they do have really tall strikers.
So, yeah, if you're picking between McNeil or Shelby, you pick up McNeil. Because, like Shelby is, like you said, he's more defensive. And with Jeff Hendrick there now.
Mm-hmm.
Although Shelby is, I think, the club captain, so it's like...
He's going to have that midfield responsibility of not going forward.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's it for the waiver list. That's of anyone that's any good that I could tell, because we already talked about Bale and all that. And let me see if there's anyone else. Ndidi and Andre Gomez, Alan, you don't want to pick them up. They're all too defensive. Wijnaldum is a player who is, again, 50-50. He might
not even play, bro.
Now, yeah, you're right. Especially with him and his contract situation and then him potentially trying to leave the Barca.
Coleman's trying to make Barcelona Dutch again.
Ward-Prowse, he could be a really, really good pickup. If he has a free kick, he's going to play every game, and if he has a free kick, he might score it. So he'd be a good pickup from Southampton. But again,
is he on pens?
I drafted him.
Don't start him.
Ings is.
No, Ings is.
Yeah.
I started out with Prowse, and then I saw Sheffield getting mollywopped the first 2 weeks and traded him out.
See, but that's how fucking Southampton were last year. And then they got hammered 9-0 by Leicester, and then they came back and they played great. So it's like
overnight.
Again, it's like 50-50 with Ward-Prowse. He could produce 1 week and he might not another week. But
he's a free kick specialist though, so
yeah, exactly. So if they have a free kick, you're probably good. But yeah, other than that, I wouldn't pick up Rice. I wouldn't pick up Den Donker. Definitely not El Nene or Douglas Luiz. If you pick up Alonso, you probably got 1 or 2 more weeks. Chelsea coming back. You probably got 1 or 2 more weeks with him. And then
I was thinking of picking him up, but
enjoy it while you can.
I was trying to take him up building Chilwell.
Playing again. Jordan Henderson, I think he'll play for Liverpool constantly because last year, whenever he didn't play, Liverpool played like garbage.
Yeah, he's the mouthpiece out there for sure.
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
Not the goal scorer.
Dude, I was enjoying watching Liverpool the last bit against Chelsea last week because, not really because it was interesting football, but just how much they tried to integrate Thiago into the play, so much. That's what you want from a new team, like just familiarizing yourself with the players in game against the Chelsea team who's on their back foot. They're a man down. You're up 2-0. I mean, like you don't really have anything.
Thiago set a record though, like being in there. It was the most passes in 45 minutes ever.
Well, because they were. I mean, if you saw every time he got the ball and passed it somewhere, they were finding him. Yeah. They were like they were going out of his way to find him. Which, I mean, I don't know. I would enjoy if I was Thiago and I was joining a new team, which I will never be. But
was he playing advanced or was he sitting deep?
No, he was chilling.
Okay.
He was like a half center back half the time.
That's why if you pick up Thiago, like if you were just playing like a FIFA game, Thiago would be perfect. But like you're you're looking for points in fantasy, which might not get you.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, it's kind of like Pogba. He's not going to score a lot of points. Like Pogba scored 100 points 110 points last